fuck was that?
Hey gamers, you ever get those epic gamer moments where you're just so mad you just want to shoot up some fucking immigrants? Cause same. Okay, in all honesty, I know it's been a while, but I'm back. New video. I'll be uploading more videos than before, but that's not really saying much because I didn't upload much before anyways. My upload rate kind of slowly went down with my self-esteem, but we're back. As of recording this, it's kind of late, but there's been a lot of shootings in America. It's not really surprising they're in America, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a tragic event otherwise. But the twist on this season of Call of Duty Modern America is that this time they're trying to blame gun violence on, get this, video games. I really thought we were over this stigma. I thought this was just like horse shit that moms on Facebook believe. Speaking of Facebook, if this video gets 5 likes, then I will tweet at Donald Trump saying, "Orange man, bad." You have my word. I'll put a screenshot of it in the next video. That chair was making me want to shoot up a Walmart. Sorry. Fuck that chair. It's too loud. It's one of my favorite channels for that sweet, sweet tea that I love so much. Memology 101. Just released this video called Video Games Bad. Okay, some context on Memology 101. It's a channel on YouTube that puts out videos on anything controversial going on the internet. At least that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it does. And it gives the story, facts, and some opinion on it. For the most part, it's a pretty cool channel. Like, as in, they do the right thing. And they try to fight the good fight. Yeah, good job, Memology. So the video we'll be reacting to, it supplements the topic, basically, because it's talking about how the mainstream media thinks that video games bad, IRL shooters are from video game. So yeah, let's watch.
Work his way through something, and if I were a betting man, I'd say that he probably logs 6 to 8 hours a day playing one of those, you know, Fortnite or one of those video games where you're doing nothing but dehumanizing people by blowing their heads out.
Okay, but hold on, like, hold on. Dehumanizing people by blowing their heads out in Fortnite? Oh my god, okay, alright. First of all, Fortnite. First of all, the game itself isn't even gory. I haven't played the game in a long time, but even though you need to eliminate people to win, 90% of the game is like pretty much Minecraft. Oh my god! And if you want to talk about dehumanizing, why doesn't anyone like over there talk about the condition of the kids at the border who are in cages? That, like, fucking Felix takes better care of his animals and villagers in his Minecraft server than they do in the actual world.
Let's actually feed them a bit more. I need more babies. Keep eating and keep frickin'. Oh, it's working. Excellent. I have to cover up the whole thing because babies can still crawl in through tiny holes.
Blowing their heads off, one after another after another.
Because it does seem to desensitize some of these killers to the horrific nature of actually what happens when you pull a trigger and the gun is aimed at another human being.
Okay, the thing here is that correlation is not causation. Shooters can play video games, but that doesn't mean that everyone that plays video games is going to be a shooter. I mean, not even everyone that likes video games plays shooters. But I mean, if we're going off like correlation equaling to causation, I'm pretty sure that stupid people watch Fox News. But that doesn't mean that only stupid people watch Fox News, right?
Blowing their heads off, one after another after another.
Because it does seem to desensitize some of these killers to the horrific nature of actually what happens when you pull a trigger and the gun is aimed at another human being.
I agree. It's just, if you think about it, you know, he's 21 years old. For the last 25 years, we have been the parenting method in this country has been very soft, and there haven't been a lot of really tough parenting methods that have been popular. And it's you see that it causes young people to not have the capacity to really work through tough things that happen in your life. Not that that is what causes people to become active shooters, but that comprised with actively engaging in something that causes you to dehumanize people for hours and hours on end every day. It really is I think it's just a bad combination, and it's something to be looked at. And it's something that we've seen several times in these active shooters.
And I look at this evil act, and let's condemn it for what it is.
Okay, to an extent, right? I actually kind of agree on the parenting part, to an extent. Because growing up, if you fucked up, the cheeks were clapped, okay? The cheeks were given a round of applause. But the round of applause was not from hands only. It was a group project. The hands and the cheeks collaborated to make clap, but not the good clap. Is there even a good clap? Yes, but moving on. Now, wait. Now I'm not saying that we should start spanking again, but I am saying that it did teach you to have like responsibility, because it meant like everything you did had like a consequence, and it's pretty obvious. Like, you do bad shit, you get bad shit back. But I don't agree with the fact that she says the lack of good parenting or tough parenting leads to playing video games or like activities that dehumanize people for like hours on end. I mean, come on, they're video games. That's the kind of draw to them, is that they're fun. People play video games because they're fun. There's other reasons to play video games, but that's the main fucking reason. Why the fuck else would you want to play a video game for like hours on end? You're not gonna play it because you're like, man, I really, really hate killing other people in this game. I really, really hate styling on my friends with sick-ass combos. I really, really hate building my house in Minecraft and making an automatic sheep shearer. Like, dude, who the fuck plays video games to practice killing people? If you play video games specifically for the purpose of trying to practice shooting in real life, then obviously it's horseshit and you're a bad person. But no one else does that. No one. It's the case where it's like the people who usually bash video games really hard are usually boomers that have never played them, or boomers that have only played shit like Candy Crush, where they're just like, well, video games aren't that bad. I got 3 extra hearts today. Make sure you send me an extra heart, sweetie, or you're grounded. Like that horse shit. You know what I mean?
Evil. And I say, how long are we going to let, for example, and ignore at the federal level particularly, where they can do something about the video game industry? You know, in this manifesto that we believe is from the shooter, this manifesto, he talks about living out his super soldier fantasy.
This guy wants to get fucking people to act about the video game industry. These guys are like really good at redirecting blame from shit like the NRA. They're really good. Like, they're real life Uno reversal cards. So you're just like, hey, control the guns, man. And then they're just like, it's video games. And for some reason, the boomers go wild. They're just like, you know what? It is video games.
On Call of Duty, we know that the video game industry is bigger than the movie industry and the music industry combined.
Is the video game industry really bigger than both movie and music industry? I don't know about that one, Chief.
And there have been studies that say it impacts people and studies that says it does not. But I look at the common denominators. As a 60-some-year-old father and grandfather myself, what's changed in this country? We've always had guns, we've always had evil, but what's changed where we see this rash of shooting? And I see a video game industry that teaches young people to kill. You know, it is
Man, you know, I stay away from cable, mainstream media especially, even TV. I'm always on the internet, and thank God, because the way they rationalize these things, it really targets the fucking like the bottom of the barrel fucking still watches cable and shit, you know, fucking cuts wood with an axe. Who am I describing right now? Like, it's so effective with the stupid that it's crazy. Because the way he's rationalizing, if you think about it, he's like, we've always had guns. We've always had fucking Walmarts. But now when I'm growing up, we didn't have the video games. And guess what? Now that the video games are here, shooting is also here. Well, there's a whole bunch of other shit that popped up too, Gramps. Like, you remember how mental health wasn't even that fucking serious? You guys would lock people up in cages and electrocute them, and also electrocute them if they had the big gay, because it was a disease, right? So, if we want to talk about things that we didn't have back then, we can start there, but that's not going to help your point, is it? Well, I'm tired of talking about this. I guess all in all, we can agree, mainstream media, bad. Video games, not evil. Shooters, really bad. All in all, I think it's really tragic that these things even happen, and we can't prevent them entirely, right? But we can prevent more instances of them happening. Like my teacher used to say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So hopefully something actually gets done, like maybe about gun control or something, to actually mitigate shootings. Because if we just keep blaming things that don't even matter, then we're just kind of just shooting our own feet, right? Well, yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, I stream now on Twitch. Don't have a regular schedule. I might soon, but yeah, follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter. Links on... They might be on the video. I forgot how to work this shit. Might be on the video, might be in the description, might be both. Who knows? Hit you with that surprise. And yeah, subscribe.
Ah!
No!
Oh my god! Oh god.